Greg Brooks Jr., starting safety at LSU, was at the top of his game. He was captain of the football team, starting 13 of 14 games he played. By many accounts, he was a prospect for the NFL.
I feel like this year is great. We have a better bond throughout the team, and I feel like it's going to be good.
But all that came to a shocking end when a sudden illness took him off the field.
Not only people could not understand me.
Take us back to September 2023. You learned that your son had a brain tumor.
My question was, why that kid? Everything that we want our young men to be, this kid signified that.
It was August of 2023. The newly selected team captain said he began feeling dizzy, had a headache, and was nauseous during practice. In a lawsuit he has since filed against Louisiana State University and Our Lady of the Lake Medical Center for negligence, Greg alleges he passed out and then began to vomit minutes later in front of his coaches and athletic trainers. He says he was told by the athletic trainer he had vertigo and was cleared to return to practice. According to the filing, despite continuing to report those symptoms on a daily basis, it wasn't until 39 days after Greg's symptoms began that the team made an appointment with the neurologist who discovered the brain tumor. What did the school or the coaches tell you about what he was going through?
Nothing. The one call that I received was, I need you to get here. Your son is having emergency surgery tomorrow morning.
Were there a point where you were concerned about who was in charge of that decision?
He's at LSU, one of the best colleges in the United States. Would I have ever thought that his best interest wouldn't be at heart? No.
So you didn't seek a second opinion?
No, sir.
Brooks claims the family was led to believe their only option was moving forward emergently with the brain surgery. Also alleging the surgeon was not qualified to do this particular surgery, during which Brooks suffered multiple strokes and was left with severe and permanent injuries. What is the first thing that you remember when you came out of surgery?
Honestly, I always fake, like I was in disbelief.
Felt like a dream.
Yeah, like a nightmare that I couldn't wake up from.
After radiation and chemotherapy, Greg, now 23, is cancer-free, but his recovery is far from over. Little Greg, as the Brooks family calls him, has had to relearn how to eat, write, and speak. Why do you want to speak out now, little Greg?
I just want young athletes in the same spot I was. If something is hurting, tell them. And if they don't do nothing but go get your second opinion. Because if I would known that, I wouldn't be the way I am right now.
The disease is not the issue. This is the aftermath of injury from surgery.
You say you haven't heard from anybody from the LSU coaching staff since October of 2023.
Specifically, Brian Kelly. My son almost lost his life, coach. Where were you? Forget about football. Pick up the phone and say you love the kid, man.
At the time the suit was filed, LSU said Brooks remains in our thoughts and prayers. And since the beginning of our agreement with our championship health partner, Our Lady of the Lake, they have provided exceptional medical care for our student athletes in all of our sports. Our Lady of the Lake also said it could not comment on the litigation, but that its neurosurgical team is among the most experienced in Louisiana, and they give our patients the best opportunity for a positive outcome in any circumstance. So what do you want most for him going forward?
I want him to be able to live a productive life, whatever it may be.
And little Greg, for you?
I just want to be normal.
Now, instead of following his father's footsteps into the NFL, Greg Jr. has daily speech and occupational therapy. He's also had an outpouring of love and support from friends and family. And my daughter Isabella, who was also diagnosed with medulloblastoma, the same rare tumor as little Greg, just a month after him. What was your reaction when you saw her story?
And I said, God, my heart went out to you, man. My heart went out to you. And when I seen her come and I seen her walk, I said that's how my son probably should be. But I knew where he was at that point. He wasn't speaking, he was responding, he wasn't doing anything. I was torn. I was.
Somebody at least knows what I went through. We use her for advice what to do next.
He was like a very athletic young man, and just seeing him, he obviously didn't go into his surgery thinking he would end up the way he did. And I'm very fortunate that mine went so well. He just had to work so hard just to make a little progress, and it's frustrating, but it's like very inspiring. He's my biggest inspiration, I think.
For the last year, Greg Jr. and Isabella have been there for each other despite never having met until now. Come on in, baby girl. Wow. Greg, Isabella, wow. Greg and Greg.
Hi.
I want you to know from our family how proud we are of you.
Thank you.
It takes a strong person to do that.
We're looking at one too.
Whatever card I'm dealt, that's a card I'm a bud, and I'm gonna make sure I win.